Are you looking for your next best read? Well, look no further, because you have Aardvark Book Club. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie, and today I'm here to do a very exciting video. I actually haven't done a try a chapter video in quite some time. I'm very excited because I'm actually partnering up with Aardvark Book Club, and I'm here to bring you the May book subscription. If you've been living under a rock, Aardvark is a monthly book subscription where their team carefully picks 4 to 5 books each month for you to choose from. I will say the one really cool thing about Aardvark is that they have a wide range of genres, from thrillers and romance, but also sci-fi, historical fiction, memoirs, nonfiction. And one really cool thing that I've noticed is that I feel like they definitely like to highlight debut authors or books that I've never heard of. So that's always a plus in my opinion. Also, they do like to do early releases. So if you find a book that you're like really anticipating, they will probably give it to you earlier. So with the subscription, you're going to get a brand new hardcover copy of your book. But one thing I've noticed is their books have this like luxury feel. Like their books are so buttery soft. Like as like a sensory person, like this is ideal. And I'm always a sucker for like how the naked covers look, because they're always so much cuter. So for the subscription, you do get to pick one book for $17.99, and of course you can add on a secondary book for $9.99, which is such a steal, especially for hardback new releases. But for my viewers, you can use this code down here, MAYFLOWERS, and you can get your first book for only $4. $4! How much? $4! Yeah, you heard it. Like, you get your first book for only $4. That's a steal. That's a steal. Like, I cannot believe $4 will get you a brand new hardcover, probably a new release book. Like, what? And of course, shipping is always free. So without further ado, let's talk about the 6 books that they're offering this month and what they're about, and then I will start the try a chapter and we'll go from there. So because they sent me all 6 books, I do have 2 boxes, so let's unbox box number 1. Ah! I love that their box says "Think Inside the Box," and they do have a mobile app. It is on Apple and Android, so definitely check that out. Okay, so here is the box. You do get a like little postcard. I've seen these in the past, and it normally has like all the books. This one has like 6 doors, and I guess the doors link to the books on here, and they always have a monthly challenge. Like I've seen like word searches or like scavenger hunts. Super cute and creative. Another thing I noticed is they give you a bookmark for each book, not just one, but they give you like there's 3 in here. I got 3 bookmarks. That's really cool. Also, whoever is like on the marketing slash like product like team, A+, because this says this book better be good. Knee slapper. All right, so in this box I have Happy Medium by Sarah Adler. Next I have Lovers and Liars by Amanda Ayr Ward, and then Evocation by S.T. Gibson. So let's talk about these books. So for their romance pick, they have Happy Medium, which I love the colors of this cover. It's so cute. And again, I'm a sucker for their naked. Oh my gosh, look how cute that is with the gold foiling. I love it. So this one says, a clever con woman must convince her skeptical, sexy farmer of his property's residents' real life ghosts if she's to save them all from a fate worse than death. So a psychic, like con woman, and a sexy farmer. Sounds romantic. I love it. Next we have Lovers and Liars. This follows 3 wildly different sisters reuniting at a destination wedding at an English castle. One is getting married, one is suspicious of the groom, and the other is trying to keep her life together. This is a humorous contemporary fiction, and it's an early release. Next we have Evocation by S.T. Gibson. This one says, a psychic and lawyer named David must reach out to a fellow secret society member for help because the devil has come to collect on an ancestral debt. It says this is an early release, romance and fantasy with LGBTQIA+ representation. So I'm not usually a fantasy girly, but I love that they have a fantasy option for everyone else. All right, moving on to box number 2. Same box, same added stuff. I got the postcard and bookmarks again. And first we have is Ghost Station by S.A. Barnes. I do recognize this author because there is a like sci-fi horror book that she released a while ago called Dead Silence. So this one is a space horror book about a crew trying to survive on an ancient abandoned planet. Not really a sci-fi person, but that is a genre that I would like to give a shot, so this is perfect for me. The next one is The Garden by Claire Beams. This one on their website says it's literary fiction, historical fiction, gothic fiction, and horror. So a little bit of mix of everything. This says it's an eerie, masterful novel about pregnancy as a haunted house and the ways the female body has always been policed and manipulated. Historical fiction is something that I don't typically read, but I do know that when I do read it, I typically do like it. So this could be pretty interesting. And lastly, we have the good old classic thriller option, which, you know, thrillers are my bread and butter. This is You Know What You Did by Katie Wynn. This says it's a thriller and also a debut author. This says after the death of her mother, a woman's life begins to unravel and her obsessive compulsive disorder comes back, and Annie wakes up in a hotel room naked and next to a lifeless body. That actually sounds so good. I can't wait to try this out. All right, so here are the 6 books. I think before I try the starter chapter, I'm going to pick the top 3 books that I think I would probably want to continue reading. So let's see. So I'm gonna go with the happy medium just because a rom-com just sounds perfect. And then I think I'm gonna go for the classic thriller, of course. So You Know What You Did by Katie Wynn. And then for my third option, you know, let's go with the sci-fi option just because I've been wanting to get into it, and who knows, maybe I might like it. Let this try a chapter start and I'll come back and tell you if those 3 are actually the ones I will continue reading. I just finished the first chapter of The Garden. It's about 18 pages, I believe, and I don't know why, but this one just did not really stick out to me as much as one I would want to continue. But I think it's one of those like slow burn, like need to like just kind of take it as it is, and I feel like it could get better. But as far as like a first chapter, it didn't really like jump out to me. It's also like pretty dated. Like I usually don't really like too historical of fiction. Like I usually like it to be a little bit recent, I guess you can say. But I feel like this is one definitely that you have to like maybe give it a chance. It's definitely giving those sort of like gothic vibes, but I'm also not sure if it's just because it's historical. So I don't know, we'll see. I thought what would be really cool is if I rated it 1 out of 5 and if I would continue reading it. So for The Garden, I'm actually giving this one a 2 out of 5, and I don't think I'm going to continue reading this one, unfortunately. So I'm sorry to like start this like try a chapter as a bummer, but I'm just being honest, and this is, you know, typically not something I usually read. Just finished Happy Medium by Sarah Adler, or the first chapter I should say, and I really liked it. I found it kind of funny because it's about this woman who's like a fake psychic, and she's basically kind of like robbing her like best client of money. But like it talks about like how she has rules, like when it gets too far she like cuts her off, and like, you know, like she's very manipulative on like how she's taking this woman's money, and I loved it. And this woman is like, I actually have a different job for you. I need you to help my bridge partner, I guess it's like a card game. I need you to help my bridge partner sell his property because apparently his property is haunted. And so she's thinking that she's going to like visit this guy who's like elderly, have to like cleanse the property, but it's going to be the sexy farmer. I can already tell. So I really like this one. I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5, and yes, I will continue. Before we talk about the book, this is probably my favorite naked cover. Like, oh, so gorgeous. But I just read the first chapter of Ghost Station. It was quite long in my opinion, which I don't typically like, but I'm going to give it like a little bit of a break just because this is set in the year 2199. Like, futuristic, okay, I see you. It definitely has a lot of like world building, but it was interesting. However, I felt like there was a lot of words that I didn't know the meaning of, but I'm interested to keep going. Like, I'm trying to like envision the story like as a movie, if that makes sense. But it's definitely interesting. It's about our main character Ophelia, who is basically getting ready to go on this mission, and it's just all the prep work. There's a lot of drama that's going on with her and her family. I did also notice that the next chapter says like 2 months later, or is it 2 months earlier? Hang on, I have to go back and check. Yeah, 3 months later, excuse me. So 3 months later. So yeah, very interesting. I think I'm gonna give this one 3 out of 5, and I do want to continue reading it. I just don't think it's something I'm gonna pick up like right this second, if that makes sense. Just read the first chapter, or like the prologue, but the prologue was kind of long, so I'm just going to count that as like the first chapter of Liars and Lovers. And I'm confused but shocked. So confusion, I thought this was going to be like early 1900s, like Bridgerton type. Now, I guess that's like 2 different eras, but like I was not thinking it was gonna be like present day, just based on the cover, and like, I don't know, it just seemed very odd. But there was mentions of like Katy Perry's Firework, and how like our main character, who is the sister who's getting married, felt like a plastic bag drifting through the wind wanting to start again. It literally says that quote. But yeah, it's kind of sad though. Like, she's talking about how she's getting ready to get married, but yet at the very end of the chapter, it like, she writes a note to the groom, and I was like, sorry Simon, I can't do this, it's over. So definitely attention grabbing. I don't know, like, I definitely want to continue this, and I think I'm gonna give this one 3 out of 5. I just finished reading the prologue of You Know What You Did by K.T. Wynn. Wow, what a start. It was only like 2 or 3 pages, and wow. Definitely attention grabbing, but also really, really sad, because like it talks about like right at the very beginning, like when the mother passes away. Wow, that was kind of hard hitting. Yikes. Okay, definitely attention grabbing. Will I continue? I'm going to give this one also a 4 out of 5 star. So, and yes, I will continue reading this one. Wow, I was not expecting that. Last one is Evocation, and this one I'm probably like the least excited to read, just because I'm not a fantasy girly, but like, I don't know, but I love the cover. Ooh, love that spine. Very pretty. I bet you weren't expecting me to say this. I loved that first chapter. Wow, I don't know, it was very captivating. It didn't seem too fantasy, even though there was a lot of fantasy going on, but like I really liked that. Yeah, I think this one is definitely a 4 out of 5, and yes, I think am I actually going to continue reading this? I don't know, like this was a pleasant surprise. I'm very excited for this one. This one definitely has that, like, it's weird, there's like 2 books about like psychics. Interesting. Yeah, this one's very, I don't know, I don't know, it's just so entertaining. David, who is our main character, is a lawyer by day, and at nighttime he's like a psychic. It talks about how his family had supposedly, by myth or whatever, had this deal with the devil that they would have this like awesome gift at like persuasion. So that's how you can like convince clients to like to have his way, basically, both like in the courtroom and but also like as a psychic in a way. And then during his like psychic visiting, like he experiences something, and then he's like, I don't know how to describe it, but he has to like call on his friend and is like, do you know anything about possession? That's how it ends. So wow, okay. So wow, okay. So I know at the beginning, before we tried the chapters, I did my predictions of the 3 books that I would probably continue with. And honestly, I would say all of them except The Garden. That was probably my least favorite, but everything was 3, 4 out of 5 for me. So I guess if I have to narrow it down to 3, I'm gonna do at number 1, Happy Medium. I think this was my favorite out of the 3, just because I can sense, I can picture like how this book is gonna go. So I'm gonna put this at number 1 just because I feel like this is probably gonna be the one I like the most. And then shockingly, I'm gonna put Evocation at number 2, just because I got like really good vibes off this one. Who am I? And then for number 3, I'm gonna go with the thriller, just because you know me, but I'm shocked it's coming in at number 3, especially with that really short first chapter. All right guys, so that is all of the books from Aardvark Book Club for the month of May. I'm so excited. I'm so happy that they sent me all 6 books to try out. Thank you so much, Aardvark. Don't forget, you can get your first book for only $4. I don't know if I screamed that enough at the beginning, but $4 is a steal. Let me know in the comment section which book you're picking up with my code. And again, make sure you use MAYFLOWERS as the promo code so you get your book for $4. All right guys, that is everything for this video. I'm going to probably pick up Happy Medium probably really soon. So for today's member shout outs, I'm going to do the 2 Taylors. So you have Taylor Gibson and Taylor's Reading Corner. Thank you so much for supporting me, and thank you everyone for watching. I hope you guys are all having a great day. Give this video a thumbs up, make sure to subscribe, consider becoming a paw print pal by hitting that join button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Hello, Ramona. I can't shake the simplest feeling.